All right, Cam. Thursday, Turkey Day, NFL Tripleheader is upon us for week number 13. And as we know, the Detroit Lions and the Cowboys are always traditional hosts on Thanksgiving Day. The night game always rotates, and this year you get the Fish and the Packers out in cold Lambeau Field. But we start with the early game, and as much as the Lions have been smashing everybody, Cam, did you know that the Lions have lost 7 in a row on Thanksgiving Day?
Yes.
How about that? And did you know also that I believe the Bears have beaten them in 3 of those 7 games? Straight up. The Bears have been the opponent and beat them 3 of those 7 times that they've lost consecutively. They are 10-1 this year. They are off to an outstanding start. So, Dan Campbell, distractions this week? You bet that there's a few, but we have to put those aside.
Block out all the distractions. You know, that's one thing. The distractions are on us, not on them. We got all our family here, friends, all that. You got to block it out. Tell them you love them, and you'll see them after the game.
See you later.
You know, that's kind of the challenge with all this. So, you know, but this team's been, I mean, they've lost a couple of heartbreakers here the last 2 weeks, but they've been in a bunch of these tight races, and they just keep coming back for more. So they're hungry for a win, and we got our hands full.
Dan Campbell, send the family to the hotel till after the game.
He's like, listen, tell your family, I don't care, whatever's on the menu, you cook whatever the hell you want, all right? Don't come to me Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday saying, I'm out of this, do you want this, is there something special? Make Thanksgiving dinner, I'll see you after the game. That's Dan's advice. Just stay away from the family. They want folks, and you know he wants to finally win a game because it's been brought up to him. And I think it bothers them a little bit because they've lost some close games the last few years. You know, that Packer game last year, 29-22. Yeah. Remember the Bill game the year before that, 28-25. Close games, 16-14 to the Bears the year before that. They've lost some close games on Thanksgiving. So maybe, Cam, you might be onto something. I know that I'd maybe try to sway you a little bit because I just think the Lions are a complete wrecking ball right now. But this is a very, very big number for a Turkey Day, 10.5 for the Lions with a 48.5 total.
I'm taking the Bears right now. I'm not sure if they're going to win the game outright, but you are kind of changing my opinion. Dan Campbell basically says, hey, family, you guys stay at hotels. I don't want you like in my domicile, in my home, bothering us before the game. We'll deal with you. If we beat the Bears, then we'll have a party afterwards. That's what he should have said. Like at the Campbell Estates, everybody comes down and I'll cook turkey dinner for the team. Like we'll have a party. But anyway, take care of business first. They haven't been good on Thanksgiving. Lots of points, Carver. But this is a different Detroit team, as you mentioned. They're murdering everybody. Very tough, though, to lay that kind of number. I got to take the Bears. Probably put the Lions in a super teaser or something.
I believe that they are on a clear mission this year. I think that the directive is out. The way they lost the NFC title game to the Niners with a lead, and they blew that game, they have come into this year looking to put their foot down and say we're the best team in the NFC. This is a national stage, Thanksgiving Day, a day that they've had problems with the past few years. So you know that that's also going to be driven home by Campbell these next couple of days. I know it's a lot, but I'm willing to go after it, Cam. I think, and here's the other side of the coin. The Bears suck, and they've now lost. They've lost, I think it's 5 in a row they've lost altogether. And 2 or 3 of them, Cam, just completely excruciating. Last week, wild game, they come all the way back and lose to the Vikings. The week before that, they get the field goal blocked against the Packers. The start of their losing streak, the Hail Mary with Washington. Like, when are they going to just let go of the rope and say, forget it? You know, we're done.
Great point.
On a short week on the road.
If they don't get off to a good start and like Detroit goes up 17-0 or 14, you know what I mean? The Bears just might say, sayonara, like get me to the turkey. We're done. Like I'm checking out, tryptophan style. You're right. They have to come out hot or they're done.
Game 2 of the Turkey Day triple-header, not exactly the most desirable matchup. Maybe preseason it did, the Giants and the Cowboys in Dallas, but man, have both of their seasons gone off the tracks. Let me start with the Cowboys side of things, Cam, because Jerry Jones did his weekly appearance down in Dallas radio this morning on The Fan. And the guys asked him about McCarthy, whose contract's up at the end of the year. And it's funny, Cam, people just assume that he's not going to be the coach after this year. Now, he's won before this year. He'd done pretty good, at least, winning 10-plus games and getting him to the playoffs. This is his first bad year in Dallas. But people just assume he's out. Jerry actually said, Cam, he's not ruling out that McCarthy could be extended after the season. Said he's done a great job, and he's a Super Bowl winning coach. Are you buying that form of nonsense that Jerry is spewing all over Dallas? That McCarthy, I actually do too.
People think he's just going to get rid of this guy. Are you kidding me? Jerry Jones does whatever Jerry Jones will do. It doesn't matter. He'll talk a big game. They won't pick up a free agent. McCarthy stays. Who the hell knows what this guy's going to do? I actually, you know what? If there was a bet at long odds, Carver, I think me and you would say McCarthy stays. You give me a big enough plus number, I'm in.
See, here's the thing, Cam, that people have to understand. And there are some guys out there that are desirable, I guess you could say, at the end of this season. Namely, of course, Mike Vrabel and Bill Belichick as being the guys that everybody kind of said, that's who I want to coach my team. Not everybody wants to work for Jerry.
Nope.
Okay? Not everybody wants to work for him. And I don't think that those two guys would necessarily want to work for Jerry. And if you get rid of him, who are you? Jerry might prefer an experienced Super Bowl winning coach, whether you like him or not, over the next hot coordinator who's never done it. Jerry might prefer
also want
that
a yes
over
man,
that.
Right, Carver?
And a yes man, which Mike.
Yes, Jerry. Yes, Jerry. Whatever you say, Jerry.
Now look, that's why Garrett was there for a while, because Garrett was a good yes man, and eventually you just couldn't go any further. I don't think that they've reached that with McCarthy yet. This is his first bad year. And people will say, you could say, at least Mike would make the case, I've had a billion injuries this year. I lost my quarterback. I lost Parsons for the first 6 games of the first half of the season. I lost this. What do you want me to do? You didn't give me anybody in free agency. I had no running backs. I had no anything. So I think Mike actually might have a case if he sat down with Jerry and said, this is why. And Jerry would probably go, oh, yeah, you're right. So we'll keep him back. I'm with you, Cam. I lean to he's back more than he's gone. And I know that's probably surprising for a lot of people, but that's how I lean. Now, the other side of the coin is the Giants.
Oh, here we go.
They got all kinds of problems. They've had a lot of these, but one of the most embarrassing losses was Sunday at home against the Bucs, where they just got smashed 30-7. And after the game, Cam, we played a clip of Neighbors yesterday here, me and Joe, and there were several other players who kind of voiced their opinion about the team. A bunch of them called him soft. Neighbors was upset that he didn't get the ball till it was 30-0. Lots of players voicing their displeasure in the locker room. What does Brian Dable think about all that?
Again, when you lose a game like that, Art, there's frustration. Certainly, you'd like to keep it in house, but you understand. I mean, been doing this for a while, and there's conversations that you have to have. If comments like that are made, and I respect the opinions of the players and of the coaches, and we'll work as hard as we can to get this fixed.
I don't believe you.
That's basically let's translate what he just said, Cam. I can't do anything about it. Is what he just said. There's nothing I can do about it, and he's going to be finished. I know.
What's this guy doing? Like, he goes for 2 when you shouldn't go for 2. You are actually in games, you lose games. You've done everything wrong, Dable. Like, what do you want the players to do? You said that Locke was going to be the backup. You put in Tommy Cutlets because he's popular in the city. Like, what the hell are we doing here? What is the goal? The goal, like, I get it, lose games, get a better draft pick, but you still got to compete. You can cover numbers. I don't know what the deal is, Carver. What do we do with this game? Honestly, this is the one where, they say, TV off, fellas, it's Thanksgiving. You're like, thank God this is the middle game. Click. If you had to, not watch a football game for a while, it's Dallas and the Giants, but I don't know what to do. Like, should Dallas be a favorite? Like, what a hard game, man.
Well,
I don't know what
Dallas is 3.5-point favorites here in this game now. Now, we also have some Giant quarterback situations. Dable said today that DeVito's throwing arm is sore, and he's not 100% sure if he's going to play on Thursday, which of course would then mean Drew Lock would play. I'm trying to decide if that's better or worse, Cam.
Oh, it's better.
That Drew Lock's going to play. I think it's better for maybe guys like Malik Neighbors. It's probably better, I think. But 3.5 and 37 and a half. Cooper Rush and Tommy DeVito. If it's those two guys, we want to, sometimes you get two bad quarterbacks, two bad teams, and suddenly you get a crazy high-scoring game, Cam. That does happen sometimes.
I'm going to tell you, if it's Drew Lock, he's playing for his future. It's not about the Giants. It's about him. Get me another backup job somewhere else or keep me in the damn league. Like, you're being pushed behind DeVito. I think that's why I would bet on the Giants, but who knows? We don't know what we're going to get from Lock. But you're right, Carver. You get two crap teams with a total that low. You might even want to go over, but I don't feel comfortable laying points with Dallas.
Of course, the Dolphins and the Packers will be the nightcap on Turkey Day in what will be a very cold Lambeau Field. And as me and Cam referenced before the break, the Dolphins did play in basically the coldest game ever last year in January in Arrowhead against the Kansas City Chiefs. So you'd think they'd be a little bit more prepared for games that are only in the low 30s or high 20s, like Thursday night's going to be in Lambeau. But Mike McDaniel's always looking for ways to keep the Dolphins prepared for cold weather.
I was just going to carry ice cubes in my pockets and throw them at players all week. It's nothing revolutionary. I'm not gonna throw it out there for the world and act like we've checked the box and we've got this answered.
This guy's the best.
Throw ice cubes
Everybody
at
live at the Comedy Club. Mike McDaniel. I got ice cubes in my pockets. This guy's
throw ice cubes at him, Cam. He's got something to do there. Just throw the ice cubes.
This guy
at him. Why not?
What a piece of work. He kills me, that guy. Like, what's he doing?
He is funny. He is very funny. The Dolphins with Tua as the quarterback have played 4 games with temperatures of 40 degrees or colder. Tua is 0-4 straight up in those games. They are 1-3 against the spread in such situations. Of course, the forecast is calling it for to be below 32 degrees for this game Thursday night. Well, there it is for you right there, Cam. The 0-4 straight up for Tua under 40 degrees. He discussed it as well. He's saying we got to change some narratives. He's right about that. Now, the Dolphins have gotten hot. They've won 3 in a row to get themselves back to 5-6 and breathing for the last spot in the AFC. They're trying to track down Denver, who currently has it. They are getting 3.5 points here on Thursday night. 47.5 is the total for this game. I got to tell you, Cam, I might be nuts, but I'm taking the Dolphins with the 3.5 on Thursday night. I think they're going to be in this game. And I don't think that Green Bay's paper tiger. I think that they're a good team, but you watch Green Bay, there's a lot of games where their defense, I don't think it's one of the top ones in the NFL. I think that you can move the football against the Green Bay D, especially when Alexander's not out there. And Love, he does make a mistake or two from time to time. He got a little saved against the Niners. I know it became a block. He had a play where he's almost fumbled it, and he grabbed it back in. Another ball that should have been intercepted. Like, he gives you some chances to turn him over. I think the Dolphins hang around and maybe even break that schneid and Tua finally gets a win under 40 degrees.
Well, you got the roommate. You say you're nuts. I'm your roommate. Put us in straight jackets together, Carver. I'll take the Dolphins money line and points teased any way I can get it. I don't care about this ATS crap. They're playing hot. You saw what they've done in their last games. They killed Matt Stafford in that. Like, their defense is playing a hell of a lot better. Jonnu Smith's playing better. You can run the ball. And you're right about Love. I think they can force him into mistakes. I like the Dolphins in this spot. I know the weather. Everyone's talking about Green Bay, but this is a big one for me, Carver. I'm taking the points with the Dolphins and the money line.